Hi, I'm Jackie Partridge. I'm a mixed media artist living and working in Wellesley, Ontario. I am an artist part of the juried exhibition Show.21 with Cambridge Art Galleries, and I'm going to be talking about my piece, Precariously Perched. Precariously Perched is an installation where countless twisted maps balance on tiny pins and nails protruding from the wall. The installation creates an abstract horizon line that also mimics the feeling of a walk. Some maps lay on the floor, signaling a passage of time. The installation was first created in 2019 during my MFA at Concordia University in the Fibers and Material Practices program. What I love about working with paper is it's often perceived as being very fragile, ripping and crumpling easily, but it has a lot of strength to it. I can twist it, I can rip it up, add water, make it into a new sheet of paper, and it still has a lot of strength and integrity to it. I see a lot of resemblance with it with the natural landscape. Although it is fragile, it is still strong. Everyday objects in our lives are embedded with meaning and filled with memories of a past life left behind. What happens when the function is stripped away from something? Is it still the same object, or does it morph and hold a new identity? My work embodies a sense of time, and many projects imply a sense of infinity, or are ongoing. Time relates to an infinite series of alterations in an environment that make up our daily existence. The landscape itself acts as an archive, retaining all changes it faces. In my practice, I often work with the same materials like maps and experiment and rework how I create installations. Often I use the same parts of installations, and by adding, subtracting, or changing the installation, I am able to change the work and its meaning. An example of this is Precariously Perched and Nestled. First, I created Precariously Perched. As I put the pieces on the floor, I liked how they looked and interwove. I began twisting more strands of paper and presented the work Nestled, which has been arranged in different sizes and venues. The work of Nestled transformed into a nook for a nest. As I took this series of photos with twisted map paper in various settings outdoors to resemble nests. As a paper maker, I enjoy the ability for paper to morph and form into a new sheet. I use the process of creating paper to recycle it into new works by creating paper out of found maps. This is seen through the work of Places I Have Been, which uses handmade map paper made from recycled maps of places I have been. The handmade sheets of paper are then folded to resemble the folding patterns of a map, and they're placed on wooden dowels that extend from the wall. It's also seen in the piece Lost, which is a large sheet of handmade paper made from maps of places I have been. Then it becomes a performative work of me holding the piece of map paper outside in nature. And in the piece Patched, where I use the handmade map paper and embed it into areas of trees where the bark has naturally peeled away. This is kind of like an offering back to the tree, or a way to mend the tree. In all of these pieces, it's the same piece of paper that creates different pieces and different meanings. I love being able to reinvent something, rework something, and see different results every time.